And welcome back. Well, today a new production, but one of the most controversial acts of whistleblowing in American history. In today's Art Beat, host Ryan J. learns about this Broadway thriller coming to a Milwaukee stage.
Thanks, Tiffany. That thriller titled Is This a Room has also been referred to as a real-life horror. It features an interrogation scripted entirely from an actual FBI transcript. Thematically, examining language, power, and the tension between truth and duty, this Milwaukee Chamber Theater production marks the play's Wisconsin premiere. And here to tell us all about it is the show's star Isabelle Muthiah, along with Milwaukee Chamber Theater Artistic Director Brent Hazelton, who directs the production. Welcome to the Morning Blend.
Thanks for having us.
Glad you're here. So, Isabelle, this is Reality Lee winner, real person, true story. I remember seeing a movie adaptation starring Sydney Sweeney, of all people. But for those who may not know or remember, what is the true story behind this?
Reality Winner was a 25-year-old woman who had spent 6 years in the Air Force. She came out, she was a linguist, and she released the documents that proved that Russia had tried to interfere in the 2016 election. And the show is the transcript of the FBI agents coming to her house in 2017 and arresting her. She was arrested before the document was even released in the press.
Brent, you know, I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm glad you're directing this one this season. But based a script that's basically just an actual transcript, how does that compare to an adapted script rather? You're also a screenwriter, a playwright yourself.
It's oddly not that different. All you have is dialogue on a page, and that's all you have when you're sitting down to work with a script. The dialogue is much more naturalistic and much more chopped up. There's a lot of uhs and ums and starts and stops of sentences that playwrights, will normally smooth out a little bit. So I think that's a challenge. All the false starts in the dialogue of it, and it's very circuitous and goes back and forth a lot. But for the most part, it is problem solving with words, like we do with every time we get in a rehearsal hall with the script.
And Isabelle, when you're playing a real person, in this case, reality is still alive. There's footage of her where you can see how she sounds and speaks. And does that allow for you to make the role your own, or do you try to actually do an impression? How much research do you do into her?
Lots of research into her growing up. She just came out with a book a couple months ago. We're not trying to mimic her, though. So definitely still going to the text and creating a character with what I see on the page, but then also learning what was her childhood like. She has written a book to tell me about that. So that's super useful. Not so much watching her behaving now. I mean, going through 4 years of prison changes you a lot, and she talks about that, but really trying to focus on her early life and like what led her to make this really big decision.
Do you consider yourself as the Midwest version of Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, sure. I guess.
Right, no. It was interesting to see the film, but I think it will work even more effectively on stage. Brent, as artistic director at Milwaukee Chamber Theater, you can be choosy when you want to direct a show. What was it about Is This a Room that inspired you to direct this one this season, and what do you expect Milwaukee audiences to get out of it?
Sure, it's a really interesting theatrical challenge. I mean, you don't, again, starting from an FBI transcript, you don't always have that point of access to the thing. The cast is terrific. In addition to Isabelle, we've got Jonathan Wainwright, who's a beloved Milwaukee actor, MCT veteran. Mark Corkins, who's working with us for the first time, was a longtime member of the Reps Resident Acting Company. And then Russell Holt, who's been on APT for the past 4 or 5 years. So it's a terrific group of performers. We're changing the space around. So in the studio theater at the Broadway Theater Center.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Like, how is it being changed? Can you both weigh in on how it affects? Like, you can describe what it looks like.
So we're doing it alley style, basically. So the stage is between two banks of seating. And since so much of this play is about observation and language and sort of shifting perspectives, the fact that the play, depending on where you're sitting in the theater, it's a different experience for every single person.
How so?
In terms of those shifting perspectives, right, as the actors are
almost like theater and around, and like what you're seeing, what you're seeing at what point.
So that's a really exciting challenge as a director and a fun puzzle and problem to solve. And I think it's going to be a really cool experience for the audience. It's a thing we don't do a lot as a company or in the city, really, that particular seating orientation.
What I love about Milwaukee Chamber Theater, many things, but you always have such diversity in your schedule and your season. And so to see something produced different, you use different spaces and the way that this is going to transform, I think it's going to be a really unique experience. It's also a one-act play, just over an hour. I feel like that could help bring people in, you know, who aren't normally getting out to see like the 3-hour musicals.
Yeah, sure, 70 minutes front to back, and feels quicker than that. It's a very dynamic, very fluid, very sort of bop, bop, bop thing. As you said, it's a thriller, so there's also that sort of stylistic aspect of it too.
Not all real life events can adapt to, you know, narrative performance, right? You don't want to, they're not great entertainment, let's say, but there's something unique about art that is universal, that it's kind of something that, you know, themes that remain relevant no matter what time period you're in. There's a timelessness. This story took place in 2017, but how is it relevant today, these themes of duty and truth and power?
I think it's something that a lot of people in our current world think about, like what's important to us, why are the things important to us, what have we been told to believe, and then how do you figure out what your own beliefs are, and then do you act on that?
Yeah.
It's, you know, the question at the core of it is what is our duty and responsibility as individual citizens to society, to government, and to creating a place and a space that we wish to live in. In reality, really took that to heart, took a huge risk that cost her a lot personally. But we know more about who we are and how our government functions than we did before she did that. So we all definitely owe her something.
Right, and you know I'm a film critic, but what I love most about live theater is it really is a communal experience, you know, getting people together and experience something like this live in the shared space. And thank you both so much, Brent and Isabelle, for joining today. I want to let everybody know how they can get their tickets, because Milwaukee Chamber Theater's production of Is This a Room runs from March 20th through April 5th at the Broadway Theater Center's Studio Theater. For tickets, go to milwaukeechambertheater.org and use code REALITY for 20% off tickets to the first 2 weeks of performance.